Hello, everyone. In this video, we are going to show you how to file a composite tax return. Before we begin, these videos use example numbers for the purpose of demonstrating how the Maine Tax Portal, also known as the portal, works as a system and the basic mechanics of how to use the portal. The videos do not constitute tax advice. If you have a question about how to file your own taxes, how to file taxes for your business, or how to file the taxes you are preparing on behalf of an individual or entity, you should seek assistance from a tax professional. Now back to the content of this video. This new functionality allows this form to be filed directly on a pass-through entity's portal account. This is a logged in activity, so you must have a Maine Tax Portal username and be logged in to do this. We will begin on the logged in home screen in the Summary tab. And from here, we will navigate to the Composite Tax panel and click the hyperlink that says View and File Returns. We will locate the period for which we'd like to file and click File Now. First is the instructions and contact information. As always, we'll read the instructions thoroughly before we begin. For the purposes of this demonstration, we don't have contact information, but if we did, we would enter that here. Before we continue on, we'd like to draw your attention to the Save Draft button at the bottom of the screen. This can be used at any time to save our progress. Or we can click Cancel to halt the activity and not save our progress. Or we can navigate back to a previous screen by clicking either the Previous button or a previous screen name in the blue bar at the top. For now, we'll just click Next to proceed. Next is the paid preparer information. Again, for the purposes of this demonstration, we're just going to move on, but if we had paid preparer information, we could enter that here. And we'll click Next to continue. Same thing with third-party designee. If this was applicable to our situation, we'd fill that information out. And for the purposes of this demo, we'll click Next. Next is the owners page, where we'll enter in the total number of owners of the entity. As indicated by the red asterisk, this is a required field. And we'll click Next to continue. Next is the Schedule 1040C-ME-1. If there are more than 5 owners for this pass-through entity, you may find it helpful to upload the owner information. To get a template of the acceptable formatting, you can click the hyperlink for download template. And here's a copy of that template showing on your screen. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're just going to manually key in the schedule information by clicking the Add a Record hyperlink. We'll fill out the required fields, again indicated by red asterisks. Please note that although EIN and Social Security number were both marked as required, only one was needed. And we'll click Add. And note that the first owner that we entered in is added to the table. If we need to edit that entry, we can click the pencil icon to do so. Or if we've made a mistake and need to remove that owner from the table, we can click the X. We can also repeat this process again by clicking Add a Record. And we'll repeat this process for each owner. And once we've entered in all information, we can click Next to proceed. Next is the tax calculation screen. Our composite income is reiterated back to us based on the information provided on the Schedule 1040C-ME-1, and our tax is auto-calculated from that income. If we had any tax additions to report, we could report them here. And if we want more information on what is being asked for on that line, we can click the blue text for more information. And for now, we'll just click next to proceed. Next is the Schedule A, where we can report any applicable refundable or non-refundable tax credits. For the purposes of this demonstration, we don't have any credits to report, so we're just going to click next. On the next screen, our total tax is reiterated back to us, and any credits that we claimed on the Schedule A are applied against that tax. If we have any withholding or estimated or extension payments or real estate withholding or credit carry forward to report, we can do so on this screen. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're just going to click next. Next is the 1099-ME information screen. For the purposes of this demonstration, we do not have any 1099-ME, but if we did, we would click Add a Record, fill out the required fields, and click Add. For now, we're just going to click Cancel to back out of this screen and click Next to continue. On the attachments page, we can add various attachments by clicking the Add Attachment hyperlink, selecting the type of file that we are attaching, entering a description of the file, browsing for our file, and clicking OK. We can see that supporting attachment has been added to the table. If we've made an error and need to remove an attachment, we can click the Remove Hyperlink, or we can repeat this process as many times as needed until all attachments are added. And we'll click Next to proceed. On the balance screen, we can see our overpayment or amount due. In this case, we have an amount due, so we are asked if we'd like to make a payment now. And for the purposes of this demonstration, we'll say yes, and click Next to continue. On the payment screen, we'll provide our routing number, account number, and account number again to confirm. We'll also indicate whether this account is a checking or savings. And if we'd like to save the payment channel for future use, we can opt to do that now. We're just going to leave it as no and continue. The payment date will default to today, but we could future date this if we so chose, provided that the payment is not already past due. The payment amount will default to the total amount due, but we can enter in another amount if we so choose. We're going to leave it as the total and confirm that amount again. And click Next to proceed. Next is the summary screen, where information provided throughout the return will be reiterated back to us. We'll review this and make sure that it looks correct. And click Next to continue. On the declaration screen, we'll check the box indicating that the return is true, correct, and complete, and provide the first and last name of the person filing the return. And again to confirm. And we'll click Submit. That brings us to the confirmation screen. As always, we encourage you to make note of this information for your records. That concludes our demonstration of how to file a composite tax return. Thank you all for watching.